Welcome to this explainer. You know, our digital world is just chaotic. There's no getting around it. But today we're unpacking how a single browser tab can be this immediate oasis of calm. We're looking at REO on the web. It's this genuinely fascinating piece of software that fundamentally reimagines what we should expect from our digital tools. We're going to explore a real-time fluid playground that lives entirely in your browser. And honestly, the best part, it loads in about a second, it runs practically anywhere, and it absolutely respects your time.
So what if a browser tab asked absolutely nothing of you? Just think about your daily web experience for a second. Literally every site wants something. They want your email, they want you to smash that notification bell, accept 50 cookies, or sit through some tedious tutorial. But what if a piece of software asked for none of that? What if it just offered a moment of peace the very second you opened it? That's the big idea we're diving into today.
Usually, standard wellness apps make you work for your relaxation. It's kind of ironic, right? You've got signups, subscriptions, setting up timers, all before taking a single deep breath. REO, on the other hand, is all about being completely frictionless. No signups, no downloads, instant flow. You open a tab and boom, in about 1 second, you're immediately stirring this beautiful reactive light. You get the reward before you even realize you've started the app.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1. Instant frictionless calm. So, if you just want to disappear into the experience, there's Zen Mode. What this does is hide every single control and just lets the digital canvas drift entirely on its own. It's quite literally the fastest, most friction-free break you're going to take all day. And the brilliant part is, it's over the exact moment you decide it is. You don't have to wait around for some arbitrary timer to chime. It's calm exactly on demand.
Moving right along to Section 2, breathing and gentle play.
Most of those breathing apps out there ask you to just stare at a tiny shrinking dot, right? But here, the canvas actually expands as you inhale, and it settles as you exhale. It turns the entire fluid simulation into your personal breathing coach. Following motion that fills your whole field of view is just so much easier for our brains to latch onto than just counting numbers in our head.
And you know, it doesn't just expand randomly. You can pick from specific breathing patterns. Box breathing with a 4-4-4-4 rhythm, the relax 4-7-8 method, or a coherent 5-5 rhythm. You can set it up for a 2, 5, or 10-minute guided reset. This is absolutely perfect for those tense 90 seconds right before you have to jump into a really difficult meeting. Okay, 18. This brings us to a quiet little game you probably didn't even know you were playing. Beneath all that calm, there's an unfolding 18-step lab notebook hidden away. As you stir and paint the fluid, you end up stumbling onto these hidden presets and surprise events. It turns idle play into this really nice, gentle 30 to 40-minute arc if you want it to be.
And it's incredibly smart because it reads real progress right from the simulation itself. It tracks what you've actually done in the fluid, rewarding your time without ever nagging you to tick off boxes or complete arbitrary quests. It completely strikes that impossible balance, being genuinely engaging but remaining a totally pressure-free zone.
Now for Section 3, a shared ambient canvas. Even though it's a completely private tab, your sessions don't have to just vanish into thin air. You can actually share a link to reproduce exact moods on a friend's machine. You can record a clip straight from the canvas, pin it to a gallery, or even join in on the daily flow of the day. It creates this tiny shared ritual, and amazingly, it does all of this with zero server coordination whatsoever.
If you want, you can set it to ambient display or kiosk mode. This means absolutely no interface, just your chosen palette and a frame cap to keep your machine nice and cool. Just point a URL at a spare screen, and it turns into an always-on piece of generative art that's as happy being ignored as it is being actively used.
And if you want to take it a step further, music mode lets the canvas pulse to the sound in the room. If you're a streamer or just have an office display, it processes local audio right on your device, making the visuals react to the beat. And because it's completely privacy first, that microphone audio never, ever leaves your machine.
All right, plot twist time. Let's peel back the curtain for Section 4, the engine underneath.
Running beneath this calm surface are some incredibly serious engine features. We are talking about a GPU fluid solver, tens of thousands of light tracing particles, volumetric rays, pressure-sensitive brushes, and reactive audio. It's an incredible contrast, right? A sleepy, relaxing surface powered by massive, heavy computation happening locally right in your web browser.
But why does all that tech jargon actually matter to you? Because it creates a physical believability that is genuinely restorative rather than merely pretty. You feel it in how the ink moves, how a fast stroke loads wide on the screen like a real brush. Our brains recognize that realism, and that's exactly what makes spending a few minutes with it so deeply relaxing.
Which leads us to our final section, Section 5, the anti-attention economy. Zero. Honestly, this might be the absolute most important concept in this whole explainer. It stands for absolute privacy. Zero data leaving your device, zero accounts you have to create, zero tracking. In an era where literally every click is measured, this software exists in a completely closed loop on your own machine.
Actually, because it flat out refuses to track you, it runs fully offline as a single file. Think about the freedom in that. You could be on a plane or deep in an office building with no Wi-Fi, and it just works. The fonts are self-hosted, there's no phoning home, and no servers going down.
I absolutely love this quote. Having nothing watching is not a nice to have, it's the precondition. For an app whose whole job is to help you lower your guard, true offline privacy isn't a bonus feature. It's the whole foundation. You just can't truly relax if you subconsciously know your habits are being harvested and analyzed by someone else.
This app is the anti-engagement opposite of the modern web. It's local first. It feels owned rather than rented. There is no infinite feed to scroll through and no artificial daily streak to maintain to keep you hooked. It's just living material. You open the tab, stir the light, breathe, and leave nothing behind.
So, I want to leave you with this question to really chew on. In an attention economy meticulously built to extract your time, your data, and your energy, what else could you reclaim by choosing digital tools that ask for absolutely nothing in return? Think about that next time you open a new tab. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this helps you find a bit more flow in your day.